Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make a start. So, you are hereby summoned to attend a meeting of Hemsworth Town Council to be held in the main hall of Hemsworth Town Council Community Centre, Bullenshaw Road, Hemsworth, commencing at 7:15 on the 12th of June 2025 for the purpose of transacting the following business. Can I first just ask that all phones are put on silent, please? Could I also remind, so obviously we do encourage recording for these meetings. However, these are quite difficult to record, but the recordings put online sort of prejudice the meetings. So the request is to put the recording there to record just this table, or either record everybody instead of just a certain member of the council. However, for this meeting, because we've just sprung this law, let that slide this meeting, but for subsequent meetings of all public recordings must be within the table, there, directed at this table. And that is as per the policy on the Hemsworth Town Council website.
Can I ask a question then, please? Can we make sure that you can hear it, because the recordings from HTC are crap?
Oh, I agree. His council is sorry. Keith's videos are a lot better now. Yeah. We need to look at what he's doing. Yeah. 100% agree. I think we need to ask Keith what microphone he's using, to be honest, and you're saying.
Not using the internet connection or recording.
Okay, so yeah, so we could probably look at something like that. I'll buy then cameras and microphones look yourself and then post it. I do agree. Councillor Fernie's recordings are of a superior sound quality to the council's. So item number 1.
Can I ask for a vote on item 13, please, which is exclusion, to take out number 14 and put that into public, because it's regarding the June 2025 accounts. I don't see anything in there that is privileged to the public.
Okay, so I'll vote to bring out item 14 into the public domain. All for? Sorry, you don't need a seconder.
Second.
Yeah, so all for? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so that's carried. So item 1, apologies for absence.
Just Councillor Stevens.
Item number 2, declarations of interest.
Yeah, non-pecuniary on item 10. And both the supporter promoter of the applicant.
Okay. Item 3, to approve town council meeting minutes. To approve the minutes of the annual council meeting on the 29th of May 2025 as detailed in the minute book. Can I just raise one here, clerk? So the one regarding the £2,000 for the chair, could it be noted that the payments was not taken?
Yeah, I was going to bring that one up as well.
Chairman's allowance.
Chairman's allowance, yeah.
Also,
there's reasons why I'll explain later.
It's just that you declined it. So
I declined it, yeah.
It's not recorded in the minutes.
No, there's personal reasons why I needed recording in the minutes.
Yeah, so are all councillors happy with the wording? If I just add to the end of that, the chairman declined the payment.
Everybody happy with that?
Yeah. Can I also add regarding that one? Oh, damn. Sorry, just lost it. Regarding election of chair, it was a split vote. Did we record that vote because it went to a casting vote? Item 1.
Nobody asked for a recorded vote.
Right.
I may have recorded it. I can't remember. I can check. You want me to check?
It was basic 7-7 and
it's
it
counted numbers.
casting vote.
I'm sorry, yeah, I didn't know, only numbers.
So I'm assuming you want, as obviously we don't have names, but are you wanting recording this was a split vote and the chair of the final?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm happy with
that goes for vice chair as well.
Okay.
Oh, so, right, okay, so there being an equality vote, the chairman used his casting vote.
Yes. Yeah. And that's also for the
chairman. Vice Chair.
Chair and Vice Chair. Everybody happy with those wordings? So I vote with the amendments to be made to move these meeting minutes. Have I got a seconder?
Yeah, I'll second that.
All for? I'll give you a minute to write that down. Can we all have a clear show of hands, please, because there's a few that we didn't quite see.
I've got 10.
10. So we can't do it. Item 4, accounts for payments. To confirm the payments of accounts for April 2025.
Can I ask for a correction on one of the payments? We discussed and passed £55,500 for the council insurance. Following an investigation, that was found that that was only about £52,000, so it was £3,000 less. But I have been told today that when the final figures are printed, it will be correct. But we did pass for £55,500.
Pass for more.
Yeah,
It
so
could become to less.
so yeah, the council did pass 55,000, but the amount that was paid wasn't the correct amount. 51, 52, somewhere in that region.
52, I think.
And that correct amount will show on the next account.
Okay, so accounts confirmed. Oh, sorry. Oops. Councillor Wyatt.
There's a lot of payments on here. We did go in and speak to Andrew and Deputy today. It needs making clear to all councillors what these payments are, because there's payments from November, there's payments from December, there's payments from January, there's payments from March.
So everybody gets the same information. Councillors can ask questions. I have asked questions. I know Vicky's asked questions to the clerk. So councillors have been asking questions. As I said, it's not up to councillors to police all the councillors.
It's to council to please council. So are we to go through them one by one then, so you can clear them up today in front of all councillors, or?
Not saying that. So item 4, council minutes to confirm the payments or confirm what's been paid. We're not denying they've not been paid.
Can I make a suggestion,
Yeah.
Chair? If any councillor has any queries that they bring it up.
Yeah, so I know I need to go.
Well, a number of councillors have outside the meeting, but if anybody has any queries now, that they bring them up.
Yeah.
Just to see what we can.
Chair, can I just say, once again, I cannot bring anything up or vote for anything. I've just received these 2 minutes before the meeting started.
So as agreed, Councillor Conway, these were printed out for you, and it was agreed that you would come and pick them up at your leisure.
No,
Previous.
No, never.
Can I also ask? So I mean, I fully support we need to provide to help you, but we obviously. I'm trying to ask why.
When did you give me these, Andrew?
You give them today because they was printed out earlier for you to pick them up, and as we agreed many weeks ago.
We didn't not agree nothing.
I mean,
I can't just come and pick them up because, like you said, I've got to go through. I've got to make an appointment to see Andrew when he won't answer. I ain't got a point of contact. You ain't be a point of contact. He won't be a point. So how can I pick them up if I'm not allowed to pick them up?
you're allowed to come pick them up with the council. You're not barred from council.
You said you've got to do what, in your words, what Bacon's rule.
Councillor Bacon.
Yeah, no, you said Bacon's rule.
That is for meetings, not to pick up some paperwork.
Right. When he won't answer, I don't know they're ready. No, one thing, in standing orders, are they supposed to be provided 3 days before a clear 3
They were provided by email. You responded to emails quite appropriately, so.
I cannot read it right. I've just had a screening for my eyes, right? And I've been warned they're deteriorating, and this is what set me stroke off. And it's a medical fact. My eyesight, they told me, do not try and read.
Can I provide a bit of information at this point, Chair? Yeah, they'll be ready as soon as as soon as they're sent to members. So as soon as you get them on email, they'll be ready. So when
the next one goes out and they are sent out via email, which you read the emails and you respond quite adequately.
Because I can't read them.
No, you are responding. You are responding. The amount of emails you send plenty of emails over the weekend, so you can read emails.
Yes, but then are you saying then they're not small? Are you saying I can read them?
I'm saying we need to provide you with a thing, and we do that.
You don't, they just give me it now.
Yeah.
Obviously, saying he's got an issue with
That's
reading, so need to accommodate it. There's plenty of AI tools out there now. Microsoft itself will transcribe the document into a video, into an audio recording, and just provide that via email or via text message, WhatsApp. You've got that audio, transcribed audio, it goes to him. He's not collecting it. He's done.
So if you look back on many meetings where Council Conway has brought this up, we have asked, is there anything else that you need, any sort of screen enlarger, that sort of thing? It's always been refused.
No, all I want is these 3 days before the meeting, like everybody else gets.
Okay.
Can I just ask Ernie, when did you receive yours?
What paperwork?
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah. He lives opposite me, so how come he lives
Council Bay can get some on email.
You
No,
did-
no,
No, I get them
I apologise.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, they should be same time. So, where are we?
Can I ask a question, Chair, please?
Go on.
How come you, well, like Councillor Whitehead has just said, you're involving me because what I said about councillors going into office?
There was an email, there was an email chain, and I actually, I said to somebody, why don't you do a meeting with the clerk, send the information, and I got a response saying, yes, that's fine. And then somebody says about me, so I just responded, there was a motion passed that Councillor Bacon put in, where meetings must be, basically by, you ask for it, you arrange a meeting with the agenda, what you're going to discuss, and how many councillors. That's all that was said.
No, you've got that wrong, you've made that what you said. What I proposed was no councillor goes into that office whatsoever.
Your proposal was amended, and that was the motion that was passed.
So who amended it?
In the council meeting, it was voted on. I'm going to move on because it's getting tit for tat. I just want to think it.
If Ernie's getting his delivered.
There's no reason why council Conway should be. I agree.
I think it's by request though. If you haven't requested it, then Andrew just.
Maybe it's common sense.
Can I just add
So,
another thing?
can I just finish, please?
Yeah,
Are
of
you
course you can,
okay
yeah,
with that, Councillor Conway?
I want it 3 days before. You've just admitted to a done this afternoon. Is this afternoon 3 clear days?
You've got the notification by email in more than enough time. As I said, we know you can read emails because you do respond to emails quite
So
regularly.
you're no more than an optician.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yes, you are saying that. You're saying I can read it. I'm
Just to
telling you
move on because it's getting argumentative. So, item 5, income. To review the council's income for April 2025. So again, this was sent out to all councillors in good time. Okay, happy puppet, moving on.
Did we vote for account payments?
There's no rights to confirm the payments, we just confirmed it. Don't need to vote it.
You can vote to confirm it, Chair. It's if you like.
Okay, we'll go back. So, the council payments, to confirm the payments, can we confirm the payments? All for, sorry, have I got a seconder to confirm the payments?
I'll second that.
All for? All against? Abstentions? We're on to 5 now. We'll come back. 5, yeah. So item 5, income. To review the council's income for April 2025. So again, this is all sent out. Has it all been reviewed? Are we voting on this?
Yeah.
So I propose it's reviewed. Have we got a seconder?
Seconded.
All for? All against? Abstentions? Item 6. To review and consider the legal advice, so this is into 2 parts, A and B. To review and consider the legal advice service at the community centre, and B, to review and consider the citizens advice service at the community centre. So I propose that we discuss these, we can just discuss them as one, but then vote for them as independently, A and B. So, You want to?
Yeah, don't need to, just, well, I just want to go over the costs and the, so yeah, so item 6A, the legal advice service, the cost is £2,400 per year, plus VAT. I don't have usage records for that. It does appear to be quite relatively, yeah. And B, citizens advice, that costs £4,144 per year, and I haven't got the current year's figures, but last year it was 45 clients and 73 issues dealt with.
Okay, so 45 divided by
it's about £90.
£90. So, as we all know, we're in a bit of a tight spot this year, and every penny counts. And again, I think I spoke last meeting or the meeting before, the councils provide services that don't happen, you know, that are difficult to get to. Regarding the legal advice, that is for 30 minutes free consultation with a solicitor, or we pay to sit up here when anybody can go to most solicitors and get 30 minutes legal advice anyway. So for item A, I would propose that we, the councillors on the correct word? Stop this. So I've got a second to stop the legal advice service.
That's for community, isn't it?
It's for the community, it's up here, but it's not used, nobody uses it.
Andrew said he hadn't got
Very well. It is very sparsely used, but it is a service that most solicitors provide anyway, free of charge. So why would paying a solicitor to sit up there and do the work while nobody comes in, effectively, in my opinion?
How many solicitors have we got in Hemsworth?
It's all legalised on phone. I believe we have none at the moment.
Yeah, so.
But it's all phone them up and ask the league. You don't have to go to the offices. I've done it myself for other reasons, for personal reasons.
That's all right for people like us, but your older end. Yeah.
I have to admit, if we did have the figures, which we don't have, it would probably show that there's very, very few people.
There's very few people, yeah.
There are quite a few solicitors in Pontefract, Wakefield, Industrial,
South
I think as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are within the community.
Yeah.
Councillor Middleton, you hand up?
I was just about to say the same as Ian. It's very sparsely used.
Yeah, Hemsworth hasn't, but it is within the locality.
Just whilst we're on subject 6, regarding citizens' advice, where's the nearest? Do we know?
Kingsley.
Kingsley. There is a citizens'
There's
advice.
one in Kingsley. Sorry, there's a
Right. Yeah, I was just curious.
Once a fortnight.
Yeah, again, speaking to the citizens' advice going forward, and I agree what's going to come out and agree with people, is getting more and more online, and in the next few years it will be more or less totally online, which is not right for the people who don't use online, I agree, but that's maybe we need to look at it as another issue. So my proposal, do you want to do these separately, A and B? Councillor's feelings?
Yeah.
Do it separately, A and B?
Probably better.
Yeah. Okay, so item 6A, to review and consider the legal advice service at the community centre. My proposal would be to stop the legal advice at least for this year. Have I got a seconder for that?
I'll second.
So all four regarding the legal advice at the moment, the solicitor. All against?
Yes, that's fine.
So
So it has to be reviewed next year.
we don't have to. I think we need to review it on a yearly basis.
Yeah.
But the motion is to cancel it for now, and then the council can bring it back if and when. So same item number 6, number B, letter B, to review and consider the citizen advice service at the community centre. Now again, this is the more expensive one, is it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So this is £4,144. Again, it's not ideal. However, there is one at Kingsley, Red Roof every 2 weeks. Yeah, every 2 weeks.
I think ours is every 2 weeks, Chair.
Ours every 2 weeks, but the one at the same week, I think. I don't think
I've
we'll split.
no idea, Chair.
So we had roughly 40 people, 45 people. I would again.
Is that over a 12-month period?
That's over a 12-month period, so 90 quid per, which. So again, to review it, because my proposal would be to cancel the citizens' advice for this year, and then to review subsequent years. Have I got a seconder for that? All for?
7, Chair.
Yeah, all against?
2, Chair.
Abstentions? So item 6, youth club, to review and consider the youth clubs at the community centre and Fitzwilliam Centre.
Do you want me to just look in here? So, I know councils are aware of this because we spoke about it recently, but yeah, so most councils will know that a youth club currently runs at this centre and at the Fitzwilliam Centre, and I've actually got a couple of representatives from today, so they can speak and correct me if anything I can say is wrong. They're currently running for 3 hours a week at each centre, and I believe employ 3 members of staff. Originally they were so far they've been running that self-funded. They've now put a request in for council funding. A cost of basically £45 per week. Now, currently, so to run that at 3 hours per site, that would be £270 per week. But I've been told that there's also the option of running it for 4 hours per week, which would cost £180 per week. And there may be other options as well. But that's where we are. That's where we are currently.
This is a question, and I'm going to have to ask it directly to Jason. Are you still running your youth club at Frickley?
Frickley?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Frickley one's running as well.
And have you equally approached South Hemphill Town Council?
So Frickley Community Foundation actually pay that youth club.
Right.
So they pay our wages.
So they are.
Well, not my wages, but they pay the staff's wages that are down there. So,
Can I just add that I still actually believe that the council, there's a motion that we do provide a youth club service. That's the last time, as I said, Jason, we paid for it. Jason's tried doing it voluntary, for want of a better way, or self-funding, for want of a better word. Do you want to speak? Yeah, Jason? I mean, obviously you spoke to the council who were present. I think we're all in broad agreement at the time. But do you want to just, so the public can hear?
yeah, so basically what happened, we managed to secure a grant, a government grant, which allowed us to pay the 3 members of staff the weekly wage from, I think we ran from September last year up until May this year.
Jason,
unfortunately,
You got a microphone?
Sorry guys. Unfortunately, we were unsuccessful in getting a secondary grant, and that's why I approached council. I'm aware that the previous youth club were taking funding from the council. We tried a separate approach to try and keep them costs away, but unfortunately, we're now in a position where we either have to cancel the youth club or request the same approach. Both youth clubs are quite successful. We do have good numbers coming to both. The Fitzwilliam Centre opens its doors to SEN and disability as well. We have a couple of SEN kids that come down every week for a bit of a safe space. And we've also been working with Food Bank as well to make sure that we're feeding these kids a meal at least once a week. So that's where we currently are with Youth Club.
Thank you. Can I just ask, Clerk, what did we pay previously?
Previously we were paying...
This is pre yourself.
£120 for 2 hours.
On the for Jason.
I thought it was £160. Have I got that right in my...
I thought we were 120.
Yours was
We're both paying £480 a month for each site. But Jason's doing
Sorry, I thought it
an
was
hour
more
extra.
than that, but yeah.
So, have councillors got anything they want to? Councillor Conway?
I was going to ask, obviously, can we fees here? Did you bring how much we used to pay the previous youth club?
We've just discussed that.
I seem to remember it being £160 a week.
Right.
Councillor Whitehead says it was
I think
£480 per
I think it was £480
£480
per month.
So,
This is a lot cheaper
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
youth centre for both
Yeah,
places?
yeah, per week. Well, that's the
Per
weekly
week,
amount.
yes.
Yeah,
So
so
that's
that's,
120.
But
That's for
that's
both.
that
Yeah.
too.
That's for both. Yeah, sorry, that's for both.
Yes, for both centres. Whereas before we paid what, Carol?
well, it works out at 120 a week, that other youth club
120
were
a
getting,
week, yeah.
and that was just for 2 hours.
And that's just at
2
one,
hours, 2
and at
hours,
one
yeah.
centre.
No, sorry,
centres,
at both centres.
So this is double.
Yeah, but it's doing 3 hours.
I know, but so this one's still a bit more expensive.
This one's similar in terms of.
Yeah.
But
So,
you're getting fed.
can I just-
Oh no, yeah, I appreciate that.
Can I just quickly point out, guys, sorry, I have put a couple of options on there because I'm aware of what the previous youth club were charging. Can I just point out that we're offering you an extra member of staff for just £5 more? That's how we worked it out. The unfortunate thing is we're running for 3 hours, not 2, like the previous youth club. We have put the offer forward to you guys to drop it down to 2 hours and match, so that'd bring the costs dramatically down.
Can I start? As an extra bit, I don't want to influence council's decision, but I will say that antisocial behaviour and damage to property is reduced.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of any of either
Substantially.
since. I'm not aware of any of either since.
Yeah.
That's just giving the facts.
Chair, can I just ask, is there a fee to come to these youth clubs? No. Do they have to pay any money to come?
No.
So is it free for everybody that turns up? Because I would understand that you charge £2
So correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be wrong here. So initially he was going to charge £15 a year. However, some of the majority of the people you are receiving are how's the word? Just couldn't afford it basically. The parents just could not afford it.
Yeah, so the idea.
So they couldn't pay. Basically couldn't pay.
Yeah, the idea was we were going to put an annual membership fee on for £15 a year for any kid that came through the door. That'd allow them to enter either Hemsworth or Fitzwilliam as long as they were a member of the area. But unfortunately, once we put that idea out, we found that as numbers were going to dramatically drop. So it turned out that it wasn't possible to do. We wouldn't have been able to run the youth club with the numbers that were expected, and we'd have lost the kids that probably rely on that youth club once a week or twice a week.
Jason, just quick.
I think it's a crucial service.
Yeah.
I think it should be free to kids because there's a lot of people in the area who haven't got the money to pay for it, and I think it's an absolutely brilliant service, and I think it's something the council should support.
So, Councillor Middleton?
Can I just confirm, Jason, how much it will be per month as a cost to the council? Just to confirm.
Yeah, so
I've just So if we continue with the 3 hours, it'll be £270 a week. So that would be about £10,000 per year. So
£1,080 a month.
Yeah, about 1,800 a month roughly. Or
2 hours with £7.
Yeah, just over. Yeah.
I think Ian had his hand up first, Carol.
He has undercut.
Yeah, Ian has had his hand up first. So.
Can I just point out that in item 6, we've just saved £6,500 for service that is very, very sparsely used. And we've got a service there that's going to be substantially used by the youth.
Yeah, more value for money, in my opinion. But we're going to go for Carol hand up first. Council, and then we'll come back to you and go for a vote.
I know we were paying 120p a club per week for 2 hours, so that's £60 an hour. So he has really undercut everything.
Yeah.
But what he's getting after us is paying for his staff. How are you making money to get your?
Well, that's £30 for £750, didn't you say that?
No, we can't.
yeah, so you guys actually supported us with a grant when we first started, and with that we were able to go out and get equipment that we currently use. We also used most of the grant as well from the previous grant, and that supported us with high-end computers and other stuff these kids have got access to. We've also got access to several laptops as well, so if children actually want to do homework and they can't have that access at home, we can offer that access at our youth club. So the money that we've got in from any grants has been spent on either equipment or staffing to make sure these kids have got at least one member of staff to 4 kids.
Okay, so to move progress, could, as a council, want to make
I
a
just
proposal?
wanted to ask
Okay,
Jason.
go on quickly.
I propose we,
Well, yeah, just like I'll ask a question, then we can.
So, you're happy with what they're asking you? My question is, all this equipment that you've bought, you've got nothing, if it breaks, to repair it, so.
So no, at this moment in time, we've got nothing at all to fix it. No money to repair it if it does need repairing. At this moment in time, it's just little old me. So we've had a couple of things that I've broken the last few weeks. All I've done is took it home and repaired it myself.
So it's coming out of your pocket?
Yeah, and fetched it back.
Right, thank you.
So, no, it will not be actually. So there's a council, so the recommend, oh, there's a proposal by Jason, the requests are for 3 hours for £270 a week, 2 hours for £180 a week, that's for both centres, is that correct?
Yeah.
So have I got a councillor who wants to make a proposal?
I propose the 3 hours.
3 hours, have I got a seconder for that proposal?
I'll second.
So all councillors for that proposal, the 3 hours at £270 per week?
10.
10. Against? No. Sorry, Tony.
Andrew, could I just ask please, is there any way where's the council can look into funding grants for them?
We can assist, yeah. We can assist.
You see, you can get grants, can't you? From where
So, on that vote, so there was 10, so as against or abstentions? Abstentions.
Yeah.
So item 8, casual vacancy. To note the casual vacancy in the South West Ward.
Yeah, Jeff, can we see yeah, so as a result of the resignation of Rob Aldroyd, there's a casual vacancy in the South West Ward. This has been reported to Wakefield Council. The 2-week period for 10 electors to request an election, I believe, finishes towards the back end of next week. I think we're about halfway through it. I forget the date, but there's nothing for the council to do at this stage. It's just a note.
So can I just add here that obviously those who come to the last week's meeting, there was a council get shouting out, where's Councillor Aldroyd? There is a process to follow, which is it's then reported to Wakefield first at the nearest opportunity. Due to holidays of staff, the nearest opportunity was the Monday. We only received email notification Thursday of the meeting.
The day of the meeting.
The day of the meeting. So it is not up to council to announce it there and then. It has to go through the correct process, no matter what other councillors think. Councillor Conway, your agenda.
Yeah, could we thank him for his 2-year service?
We can thank him, yes. Thank anybody who puts the time and effort into doing anything in this area. So item 9, car boot sale. To consider holding a car boot sale in Hemsworth Water Park.
This was what I put on and I'm redacting it. Basically what I was trying to do was to try and raise funds, because obviously, you know, we have no police acts, we've made massive cutbacks, and I thought maybe if we could have a car boot sale down at the water park one Sunday a month in the winter, like when it's quieter in the months, say like 8 or 12, to see if we had any kind of uptake on it. I priced up what other people are charging for car stands, and I thought, well, even if we make a bit of money, it can go towards supporting whatever we need in the council. So like, Jason, that coming out of you know, for something like you. However, what I didn't realise is there is a form that we've got to fill in for Wakefield, I believe.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah, there's a process to follow, yeah, and a cost as well.
So I was quite naive about that. I didn't realise that, which is my error before I put it on. So, and a bit of backlash on Facebook from it. So I'm redacting that. I might look into it further, but I don't know what people think about it. So
It was put up last year, Vicky, and we got the same reaction. It had cost too much with Wakefield Council.
Yeah.
how much does it actually cost?
I couldn't tell you from memory, I'm afraid.
It got refused last year because it was getting licences from Wakefield to hold a car boat and everything.
I think
And it was
there's
too late in season to do one.
think there's something in Wakefield's rules that the no car boot can be held without licence within so many miles from Wakefield, and Fitzwilliam had a hell of a lot of trouble trying to get the Fitzwilliam car boot set up. I think it was through an awful lot of pressure from public that Wakefield eventually relented and allowed them to do the car boot.
So I've redacted it anyway.
So that's withdrawn. So to move progress, I'm going to go to item 10, grants. To consider a grant request from the Prince of Wales Hospice.
Can I just mention, Chair? So, yeah, excuse me, members have received this. Members will have noticed the grant applied for is £500, which at the time this was received was I think was still the maximum amount. However, the council since then has approved a new grants policy, and the maximum grant now is
300 or 350.
£350. So council might want to bear that in mind when considering this.
Okay, now.
By all means.
Yeah, so the purpose of the grant is help to fund 12 replacement syringe drivers for our in-care rooms, syringe drivers. Syringe drivers give patients constant relief from symptoms like pain and sickness. Does anybody want to comment? Councillor Wyatt?
Wasn't this brought up last year?
This is what I was going to bring up. So I believe the grants policies, depends how you read it, it says you can't apply for a grant. You can only apply for one grant every year. Is that a rolling 12 months or every year? Because if it's rolling 12 months, it's
they didn't get it.
I believe they did.
They applied last year, but they didn't get it. No, they didn't.
I looked on the minutes, I think they did. Robert.
I've been in touch with Prince of Wales. There was awarded a grant last year. I rang up in October, to see if they could have it for Christmas. I was told, no way, no problem, it'll be there end of November. So I rang camp again. No.
Can I just say, is this related? Is this related to this actual?
Is it same lot, same grant?
No, it's not for chairs.
Not the same grant, so.
It's not the same grant.
So we need to discuss this grant. We're discussing this grant.
Yeah, but you're saying they paid them, they haven't paid them. They haven't got paid last year's.
That wouldn't be relevant, Chair. It's
I
would account for that, so you can't knock that out to 3 years.
Unless it's specified in the policy, I would suggest that it's per financial year. Or per calendar.
So I believe it was October, if I remember reading the correct minutes, where it was voted for anyway. We're in a difficult situation. It's a very good cause. Has any council got any other opinions?
How much have we allowed for grants?
Is
it 10,000?
No, we've got 3,000 grants.
3,000.
And it's reduced down to £300 per grant maximum.
So that means only 10 can come and
get
a grant.
If they get that amount, yes.
Well, there's no grant money left over from last year.
It's irrelevant. There's no.
You could go back into this year's grant.
No, you can get it. It's against our financial regulations to roll over.
How many loans do we usually get a year, Andrew? How many grants?
Sorry, Vicky.
Yeah. And everybody's speaking. So, from my point of view, I work in health and social care, and syringe drivers are a really important piece of equipment.
They're invaluable.
They are invaluable. They can be used for people who are on endless life or to manage pain. For anybody who's worked in that field, if someone is on end of life and they're feeling sick with the drugs that they're being given to try and manage the pain, they're being sick as well. These syringe drivers, instead of having to take medication orally, are invaluable, like you said. So I would like this grant to go ahead, please.
So have we got a proposal, and then we'll have to propose the maximum amount, be it 300 or 350?
I don't think it's relevant, Chair, but Councillor White had just asked roughly how many.
Well,
I would say roughly half a dozen over the past few years per year, roughly how many grant requests we get.
So if we get 12 and you divide that by 12, then it's not a lot, is it?
No. So I think your proposal.
I'm passionate about this. I think they need that.
I mean, you can't be 500 because that's not the grants policy, but
I'd give you 300 like
the
You're not listening to
I'm listening, I'm from the proposal.
No, you didn't. You talked over me. it's the maximum grant that I'm proposing that we can give.
We've got a seconder for that?
Yeah.
So all for to approve the maximum allowed bit, 300 or 350 depending on the grant policy. So all for?
That's unanimous.
Thank you.
I'm presuming that a cover letter will go with them saying that we've changed our policies.
Yeah. So item 11, to internal auditor, to appoint an internal auditor for the financial year 2024 to 25 and to determine the scope of the internal audit. So if councillors and people remember, we did actually voting for a internal auditor. Was it last meeting, I believe? It's been approved.
It was, I can't remember when it was, but it was, yeah.
It was approved, however, they are not available to do it. So we're going to have to vote for another internal auditor. Can I also make it clear to councillors that this is regulatory and it's basically a must, is that the right way of saying?
So the council has a statutory obligation to perform an internal audit. It must be done by an independent person. The independent audit needs to take place before the AGAR is approved, and the statutory deadline for approving the AGAR is the 30th of this month.
But we can ask for an extension
We can ask for an extension. Can I just say the plan was this meeting was going to be to look through the AGAR and approve. However, because it's not, the chances are we will either have to ask for an extension or bring in an extraordinary meeting before the end of the month.
Sorry, can I just clarify? We can get an extension on the approval of the AGAR. We can get an extension on the submission of it, but not the approval of it. It has to be approved before the statutory common period, and that begins on the 1st of July. So it has to be approved.
So councillors have received the information from TIAA, which are a national company.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Any questions here?
Yeah, so can I just clarify for clarification and openness, it means that we have to vote tonight
for this
on this one particular company, and they've got 2 weeks to do all the work to get the AGAR done so that we can pass it.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. As I say, the original timescale was for this meeting to be the AGAR meeting, for want of a better word. However, due to the one that the council approved, due to issues for the auditor, then.
Just one further thing, to procure the auditor, does it not require 3 quotes, 3 companies?
No, it doesn't. It requires us to obtain best value.
It's something that I forgot to ask you earlier on. Yeah.
Right,
thank you.
I've looked at paperwork for this auditor. It's not local, so anything that councillors want to talk to this auditor, you would be paying to visit, for him to visit this. I prefer it to be a local auditor, and I'll be abstaining on this one because it's not local.
Okay, this is I can explain. Oh, yeah.
Well, Andrew's explained, but
Yeah.
I'll just abstain on it, Sean.
Okay, so all to approve the. So I propose that we accept TIAA as the internal auditor. Have I got a seconder?
I'll second.
All for?
6.
All against?
1. And abstentions is everybody.
Abstentions is everybody else.
Sorry, just as a can I also recommend that the council approve the scope of the internal audit as well, but keep it the same as it was last year, so the efficacy of the accounting and governance and assessment.
So I propose it's the same as last year. Have I got a seconder for that?
Can we have more council input into it, please?
Can I just say,
Councillors input.
same as last year, didn't last year's fail?
No.
The scope of the...
The scope is the same. The scope of the audit. So a proposal's been made, have we got a seconder to approve the scope of last year's audit?
Are you not going to include councillors?
No.
Councillors need more scope on that, on audit. Auditor works for councillors.
I'm aware of that, but
Yeah.
I'm proposing We can discuss it, we'll have to move it to exclusion.
Yeah.
We can discuss this, but it'll have to go into
It's
exclusion.
going to be signed anyway, so.
I'm going to propose that terms of, not terms of reference, the scope is the same as last year. Have I got a second for that? All for?
Yeah, 6 Chair.
Against? Rest abstain. So item 14, so we're moving this item out of exclusion into the public question time. So item 14, payment of accounts. To approve the payment of accounts for June 2025 in accordance with the procedures approved under minutes number 86, 11th of the 7th, 95. Welcome up to councillors to any questions? Bell?
We're signing June's off, we haven't signed March off, we haven't signed May off. We've just signed April off, and we've jumped straight to June. Where's May's? Where's March's?
So, yeah, so this is to approve the payments, this is to pre-approve the payments to be made in June. So I can't see how any other payments, previous payments would be relevant to this item.
Yeah. Okay. That's what yeah, that's, yeah. So, item 14, so to approve the payments, so I propose that we approve the payments. Have I got a seconder?
Seconded.
All for?
Yeah, 6 Chair.
Those against?
1.
Then rest abstained. Now, ladies and gentlemen, item 12, public question time. To receive questions from members of the public and to receive any reports from community meetings. Mrs. Darby.
This is for the council and everybody to clear my name. I do not smear, I don't tell lies, and what you hear, what I say, comes straight down hole. I'm not two-faced, although I'm a Gemini. I'm not two-faced, and anybody, well, that's it. That's me. If anybody doesn't like it, talk, because I say what I think. End of, and that is for those who read the Facebook and put things on, but all the councillors aren't here.
So, I'm unaware of anything that's been said, Val, but all I can say is the dealings have had to be behaviour just straight up and down. You get no airs, no graces, you are who you are, and we need more people in this area like you. Have I got any more questions from the public? No? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. So, item 13 is exclusion of press and public. Members of the public and press to be excluded for the consideration of a business of confidential nature as per the Public Bodies Admission to Meetings Act 1960. Can I just say to council, we'll give you 2 minutes because there's a bit hot and stuff in there at the moment, so get yourselves a drink.